When you start rethinking the way that you see your story, that's when you'll finally realize that you truly have a valuable story to tell. And I'm going to be talking about how you can, first of all, make your story valuable, but also how to go ahead and put it out online so that people can be hooked and people can be attracted and people can go ahead and want to follow you or buy into what you have to offer, whether that is a product, service, business, whatever that it is. Stories is the foundation. So first things first, I'm going to be looking down on my iPad to talk about the slides that I'm actually creating for my 3-day brand and YouTube accelerator. I'm just going to be taking some slides from day one. But the one thing that I am talking about is you have to really position your purpose. What is the clear why and why do you exist online? I don't think people answer this question at all in the beginning. I know I didn't. I did not ask myself this question at all. And I think that's why I took so long, not only to grow, but really to find my footing as a brand. When you understand your purpose, why you are on social media in the first place, that is when you are going to grow faster. And ever since I've doubled down on my purpose and really made that the forefront, that is when I started really growing massively. I want you to start thinking, what is your deeper mission beyond the money or beyond the content? Like a lot of people just post content because they just want to go get brand deals. They don't really have a set plan, but really get clear on what your mission is. I know for my mission is I want to help overworked, busy, visionary women really get their spark back through creativity, femininity, and also healthy habits. And that's what my whole channel is about. And when I started doubling down on that and really made my content through that mission, that is when I actually got my first viral video. That is when I started posting consistently. That is when I didn't need motivation to post. And that is what I highly encourage you do as well. First, let's get into the story. How can you see your story in a way that is valuable to even want to share it? And it's really divided into two parts. And that is first, talk about your transformation. So what the heck even is a transformation? A transformation, to put it very simply, is where you go from point A to point B. That is literally it. Everything in between, that is what you make content of, okay? So point A is who you were before. Point B is who you are now and you are becoming. And everything in between, that is what you tell, okay? That is your transformation. So your transformation, to put it very succinctly, is, like I said, point A to point B, and in between, that is the story you tell, the value you bring, and the audience you serve. So let me give you some examples of transformations based on different creators. So a fitness creator, maybe point A is she was a tired mom of 3 who used to hate looking in the mirror. Point B is that she is a confident, fit woman teaching other moms how to get strong at home. So that is her point A to point B. The in between, what happened in between, is the transformation, right? She started documenting her workouts and built a brand around her transformation. So that is a fitness creator, a mom fitness creator. Personally, for my transformation is I used to be an insecure girl trying to fit in and I was scared to put myself out there. My point B is I'm a full-time creator coaching women how to put themselves out there on social media, make money from their purpose, and live free while traveling. So that is my point B, right? That's where I am now. Now, the in between is I branded my transformation, I showed up consistently, and I created a community around my growth. So that is the thing that is basically I'm talking about. So the in between is really what you want to talk about. That's why I never ran out of content ideas, because I understand my point A, I understand my point B, I understand what's in between. And once you really nail that down, you're able to really see this is what people are struggling with right now. When I was on my first step after point A, this is what I was struggling with. This is the mindset I had. This is the things that I wanted in life. That is very important. And once you get clear on that, it is so easy to make content ideas and really make your story impactful, powerful, and attractive to other people to even want to listen. Okay, because everyone's like, talk about your story, but how do you really do it? This is how you do it. First part is story. Now we're going to talk about transformation. What is the freaking difference? Like, what's the difference between transformation and what's the difference between story? Your transformation is the overall arc, okay? So it's basically you going from zero to hero. point A to point B. It's your internal and also external before and after. So, what mindset shifts happen internally, and also what externally happened in your life during those times? What did your life look like? What were you eating? What were you drinking? What were the people that were around you? That's your external. Internal is the mindset, the emotional state, the lack of nervous system regulation, like all of that stuff is the thing that is happening within your transformation. So, the thing about transformation, if you're a business owner, why it's so important is because it defines your credibility, really. It's the reason you can lead others, and the why people are going to see you as an authority figure, are going to see you as pretty much a leader in the space, right? A thought leader. So that is why your transformation is so important, especially as a business owner. I would say that is like offering, any sort of knowledge-based monetization, or you're doing knowledge-based monetization, or you're doing like service-based monetization, or even product-based. I think honestly all of it. If you're talking about your story, if you're a lifestyle-based monetizer, or if you're a knowledge-based monetizer, or you are a product-based monetizer. By the way, if you're like, I don't know what these are, I'm gonna link a video of how you can go ahead and get paid to exist. That's basically what a lot of my channel is about using your purpose and talents and you to get paid to be you, because it truly is possible. You've seen so many people on social media do it because it's that simple. When you are your authentic self, you attract like a magnet, right? And that's why I'm telling you how you can exactly turn your story into your largest asset when it comes to your personal brand. And in terms of going back to transformation, I'm sorry guys, I might have a little bit of ADHD here, but when it comes to transformation, you basically want to make sure that you're talking about your point A to point B, zero to hero journey. And the reason is because this is how you're going to put yourself as an authority, but also how you can help lead others. Okay. You're no better than anyone. It's just simply you might be one step ahead, and the person that is one step behind in terms of the transformation needs that one step ahead, like guide step by step. How did you do it? What are the shifts you had to make? Right? That is valuable within itself. When you walk the path, that is how you can show your path. That is how you can help people on the path. So transformation is more the results focused journey, but a story is a little bit different. The story is the moments, it's the events, it's really the experiences that happened inside the transformation. So it's kind of like the little snapshots that happened within the transformation of you going from A going to B. So these are relatable, these are emotional, these are really snapshots that help people really connect with you as a person. This really humanizes you, and that's very important as a brand, because what I see a lot of people do is that they like, oh, here's my business, this is what my business does, here's the features that I have, oh, it does like all of this stuff. For example, if you're selling like a skincare product and it basically helps people have glowy skin, right, and it's natural and has great ingredients in it, but when you are promoting the product, you're like, oh my goodness, it has these peptides in it, and it has like shea butter and all of these oils in it, and you're like telling the features of it, and it has this nice bottle, but in actuality you should be talking about the benefits, but also weave in the story of what it's going to bring into people's lives and even what it brought into your life. For example, you have that product, right, and you say, with this product it has amazing ingredients in it so that when you put it on your skin and you use it, all of a sudden your man's going to be like, your skin is getting so clear, babe, like let's cuddle. Like, you're going to get so many compliments from people, from work, from everywhere you go. And you can even talk about your story of how you transform your skin from bumpy and textured and not glowy to a place where you are getting compliments everywhere you go. And people are like, what are your skincare routine? So basically, your product sells itself. So all of a sudden, you're not talking about the features of it and everything that it has, but you're giving people a story to follow and where they can find themselves inside of your product, inside of what you have to offer. What is the thing that people can relate to? Because the truth is, guys, people buy from people. If you're a coach, people buy the coaches before they buy into your coaching. So it's very important to tell your story because people buy from people. Even if you go into a clothing store, you go into Sephora, if nobody was there to greet you, nobody was there to give you any service, it would not be the same experience. Maybe it would even make you not stay as long or make you not want to look around as much, or you won't really have people to ask, therefore you will buy less. So in every part of business, there having that human touch is very important. With the story part, it gives you that human touch. And I think that's very important in this digital age, and building a brand is having that human connection. Transformation is more about building trust because it's the authority based, right? It's about the zero to hero. Oh, this is giving you kind of making people look at you as a thought leader. But I would say the story is what builds that know and like. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, but in order to get people to buy from you, they have to know, like, and trust you. Okay. And when you tell your story, your transformation is able to build that trust, and that story, those little snapshots, those little emotional moments, those human like moments, that is what builds that know and like. Comment down below what is the number one thing in the takeaway you got from this. And if you guys want to go ahead and you want to turn your story into an asset, something that's going to pay you, that's going to generate cash flow because you're providing value to others, check the link in the description and go ahead and register for my next free live masterclass where I will be breaking down 3 things: how you can use your personal brand to get paid to exist, but I'm going to be talking about first how you can go ahead and get clarity on what your brand is, what to post, so get deeper on this concept. Second is I'm going to be talking about how to be consistent with your content and posting, and then third, how to cash in on your brand with ease and also in a way that aligns with you and your personal values, story, transformation. Okay, so again, you can go to the description down below, click on the link to register. Spots are limited. Like I said, go ahead and comment down below what is the number one takeaway you got from this, and also, do you happen to be building a brand already, or did this make you want to build a brand? Okay, also make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, make sure to turn on post notifications, because I post videos like this every single day on how you can use your femininity, creativity, and healthy habits to accelerate your life and ultimately get paid to exist. So I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.